Good morning and welcome to Wellness Wednesday Mornings with Luann and Tim. And this is Alex Parr stepping in and doing an awesome job because Tim's on holidays. Hope you're having a great holiday.
Day 3 of the morning show. Rations running low. Will to live.
Send help.
Departing. It's not that bad.
It's so worth it though, right?
It is worth it. It actually is a really fun time. Get to hang out with you in the morning.
Yeah.
Get to hang out with you in the morning.
Right?
Having a blast.
Yeah. You
So-
get to go home early and have a nap.
Yes, that's exactly the last point.
I love my naps, I have to say. I don't know if actually I do know because there's this app that's going around.
Sweeping the nation.
Right? It's called a Too Real Face app. And apparently there are tons and tons and tons of celebrities who are using this app and posting it on social media. For instance, Drake, he looks like a grandpa.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Yeah. The Jonas Brothers, hilarious.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, Sam Smith is another one.
Okay.
Yeah, and Kevin Hart, Kevin Frazier from Entertainment Tonight. Wow, in 50 years, he's not going to be so nice. And interestingly, while I was doing some reading on the story, not a lot of women are posting pictures of themselves. But you know who did?
Who?
Carrie Underwood and her husband, Mike.
She pulled up her socks and
She
stepped up to the
did.
plate.
She did. Yes,
How did she look?
absolutely. You know what? She looked all right.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
she did. I mean, she looked like she was 50 years older, but is it so is it a standard 50 years or can you set the time?
I don't know. I know there was the app that I was playing with, you could choose old or older, but I don't really know what age that is, right? So,
Right. There's one I heard that is 50 years older and when you go old, or you can go back to youth. So
Whoa.
I would like that one. I think.
What if an 80-year-old put on the 50-year-old filter? Then we have a 130-year-old?
Right?
Whoa.
Well, that's exactly the thing.
Look into the future.
Because we did it here at ONNtv. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to look like in 50 years. Now, not 130, but I'm going to be 110 in 50 years. And this is what I am going to look like.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Nice.
I'm looking a wee bit haggard.
You're looking good.
Wow.
For 110, Lou,
110.
You're doing pretty well.
Holy baggy, puffy wrinkles. Like, look at the wrinkles on the lip, right?
And
they're like crevices.
The crazy thing about this app is like how much detail actually is in it. Like
Too
every
much detail.
crease, every shadow in the crease, everything.
Lines.
Yep.
Yeah. You notice they cut it right off here because you don't even want to. Oh, yeah. The shoes are full. Let's just put it that way.
Stuffing them in the socks.
Yeah. I do like the young one though. This is me 50 years ago from today.
Really? Whoa. Oh, that's.
You know what? My one daughter looks exactly like that.
Really?
It's the weirdest thing.
Did you look like that when you were young?
Yeah, Craig,
Really?
who's worked with me forever and ever and ever, Craig Huckerby, who's our executive director, he said, yeah, she looked like that.
Really?
It's just so smooth and Snow White-like, isn't it? Those were the days.
Well, I'll bring us back down to earth. I'll show you how old I'm going to look and what I'll look like when I'm
Can't
older.
wait to see this because I didn't see. Oh my!
Yep.
Look at what are you doing with your eyeballs?
I don't know. What am I doing with my facial hair? I don't know, but still hanging on to it, I guess. So I got told I look like Christopher Plummer.
Oh, you so do.
I had to look up who that was, though.
Did you?
I did, yeah.
Oh, you're so
that was the
young.
exact same reaction that I had to say got earlier. Yeah.
You're so young.
I know.
Oh my word.
But
Look
yeah.
at you though. You're still, see, why is it? Guys, they don't get puffy and baggy. Like I'm puffy and baggy now compared to when I first started in the business. And Alex is like 50 years from now going to look like
Christopher Plummer, I guess.
Right?
Mike, I think you should just put the filters on both me and Lou. You know, put us nice and like nice skin tones, matching everything, nice.
You know what we
You'll
should
have
do?
to work on that.
Put the youth face on and then just have our lips moving.
Oh, that would look so bad. No, that would look so
Wouldn't that be
off-putting.
cheesy?
It would look...
No.
No, thank you. No, thank
You know what? Find the app, have a hoot, take pictures, and it's so easy. I mean, people around here yesterday were just snapping shots, and like it takes 2 seconds.
Yeah, and I'm sure your
Lots
friends
of
have
fun.
already done it by now too.
Right.
Everybody's doing it, so it's kind of cool to have a laugh with everyone.
And we were sort of giggling about some people in the building, but I didn't want to put anybody's picture up without asking them first, because that's, like it's their call to make, I think.
So here's everybody's from the office.
Alex, on the other hand, doesn't care.
Well, it was more so, we're going to take your picture. Is that fine? I'm like, no, I already did it, so I sent it. So it was like, you have a choice, but we're going to take it and put it on the show.
Yeah, we're doing it
The
anyway.
things I do for television, the things I do for you.
Gosh, you're so devoted.
I know. She say, Marie, you got to thank me sometimes. I know. What can I say?
Hey, you're doing the parade for Rotary Fest Saturday.
The parade for Rotary Fest come Saturday. Me and Tammy Rydell will be down there doing the play-by-play for the parade. It's going to be an hour long, I think, from 11 till 12, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
So if you guys are down there, come say hi. Just not during the live broadcast.
No, don't do it during the live broadcast.
No.
Before and after works, though.
Come make faces behind me.
Yeah, photobomb.
Oh.
Maybe I'll do that.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Maybe I'll do that. I'll put on a really funky. I'll put on the old face from that app, and I'll come and say, "Hi, honey." Right? Get off me! Alex loses his composure. We talked yesterday about how it was Emmy nomination day.
Emmy nomination day.
Holy Schitt's Creek!
Oh,
Did they?
Oh, you scared me there, Lou. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whew.
They did so awesome. They got like 4 Emmy nominations.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Eugene Levy for lead actor in a comedy series, and then Catherine O'Hara, lead actress in a comedy series. 2 awesome Canadians that I remember from SCTV. That was a show way back when, Alex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was like before Saturday Night
Was
Live.
it in color?
I don't recall, actually. I didn't have a colored television at that. No, yeah, it was in color. And the show itself won Best Comedy Series nomination, and they also got one for contemporary costumes.
They must be pretty good then, eh?
Right?
Do you think they must know what they're doing?
I think they're on it. And you know what is so awesome? Because I think that Catherine O'Hara
Is one of those Catherine O'Hara?
Yeah, she's the one in the black.
Okay.
She's the mother, and he's the father, and they're married to each other. They're both completely dysfunctional in this series, and it's just a story about how they've gone from here to there and how they're dealing with it, and it's just hilarious. Awesome for Canadians.
Yeah, oh my goodness,
Right?
absolutely. To get that kind of recognition.
It's like right on,
Let's
you
go
guys.
Canada.
Absolutely. And it's lovely, I think, to see veteran actors and comedians who are getting their kudos now.
Absolutely. I'm assuming you watch the show then, considering the
No.
praise? Oh.
Yeah, I do.
I was gonna
You're
say,
like, what?
Yeah. So yeah, I do. This actor from the show eats this every day for breakfast before set,
Yeah.
but I don't watch the show.
I don't
I
watch
just know
that
everything
garbage.
in detail
No,
about
I'm
it.
kidding. No, it's an awesome show. Really, really funny, really smart. And I think the fact that the title of it is called Schitt's Creek was kind of something that people watched initially just to see what on earth that could be possibly
Right.
about,
I mean,
right?
when you said the name just on the show
Right,
here, I was
right.
like, so
Well,
if you
it's
hear,
so much fun to
and
say
if,
it.
And if you Schitt's Creek, I can say
Right?
it. It's not.
You can, because
Wow.
it's not spelled the same, you know.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah.
The more you know.
The more you know.
TV
the more we
Insider
can tell
Facts.
you. Today's Wellness Wednesday. Who's coming up on the show?
Justin Briglio, he's going to be doing some yoga down at Whitefish Island
awesome.
kind of area, so you can go out in nature, listen to the birds, put down your towels on the ground and kind of connect with nature, all of that good stuff. And then we're going to have Galen from Amori for Your Pleasure coming in, talking a little bit about Pride Fest today.
Awesome. Can't wait to see all of that. We'll have local news coming up as well. So stay tuned. We'll be back
Stay tuned.
right after this.
With over 45 years of experience, All Ontario Well Drilling offers hydrofracking and all well drilling services. Call 705-575-8088 or 705-257-9495.
At Maitland Ford Lincoln, we see our trucks everywhere. We see them on Queen Street, Lake Street, North Street, Bay Street, 2nd line, 3rd line, 4th line, Pine Street, Great Northern Peoples Road, Wellington, Cora Road, Bruce Street, Carmen's Way, Northern Ave, Trunk Road. Folks come from all over Algoma District and beyond to buy their truck at Maitland Ford Lincoln. Amazing prices, outstanding service. King Street, Shannon Road, Goulet Bay, Black Road, Government Road, and even on Pine Shores. Yep, our trucks are everywhere. Get yours at Maitland Ford Lincoln, built for Northern life, on Great Northern Road, just north of the hospital.
Welcome back to the morning show. As promised, Justin Briglio is joining me today on the morning show, a veteran of the show. He's been on with Tim a couple times, but first time that I've gotten to meet him. So Justin,
it's a pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you, man.
It's been a while, but I'm back.
Yes. So we're here to talk about a few different things, mainly the outdoor yoga at the Locks. Now, this is something you've done a couple of times already,
right.
But how did you get involved in yoga? What was something that really drew you into it?
Honestly, it was something that I was never fully interested in, and then just a lot of people kept pushing me. They were like, "You're super flexible, you should teach yoga." And then I had an event where 5 people in one night said the same thing, and then I had a friend that I ran into that I hadn't seen in years was like, "I'm going to India, you should come with me to yoga teacher training." And then I took that as a sign and did it.
Jeez, so were you doing yoga at all before that, or were you just
but like very seldomly, just like once in a blue moon.
Okay, were you skeptical of yoga in any sense of it?
Oh, no, I always knew what its benefits were, but it was just never something that I was like fully undivided attention put into it.
So yoga at the Locks, you've done 2 sessions, one of them being yesterday. What sorts of things are going on once you actually get going?
I started doing it last year. I did a Vino and Vinyasa curated event on the summer solstice. So we all did yoga there for an hour, and then we went to the Mill Steakhouse and did wine tasting. So then I was like, okay, it's a sweet spot. It's like pretty much one of the only spots in town that doesn't have geese poop everywhere. So I'm like, okay, why don't we just do yoga outside?
Yeah, I can't imagine doing like a pose and putting your hand in the ground. Good job picking the spot there for sure, right? So when people are going, what sorts of things are they needing to bring? I know there was
just bring your own mat, BYOM, water bottle, sweater, maybe some bug spray, 'cause sometimes the bugs are a nuisance, but that's about it.
And when you went to India to learn this kind of stuff, that must have been so cool. Is that like the place to go to learn the actual...
like the birthplace of yoga. I'm actually going back this fall to get another yoga teacher training.
And what sorts of things are you experiencing when you go there? Are there any traditions you have to follow to make sure you do your teaching
literally there's literally holidays like every week. So
really?
Like festivals and celebrations, but there's some types of fire rituals and mantra ceremonies and dancing and all that kind of stuff. It's all fun stuff. A lot of stuff curated around food too. So
are you going to be the advocate to say Canada needs holidays every single week?
Yeah, and more dance parties.
Yes.
So if the Prime Minister's listening to this, dance parties, please.
I will second that for sure. So it's going to be taking place where again? Sorry?
The outdoor yoga?
Yes.
The garden by the superintendent's house.
At Whitefish Island, correct?
Yeah, no, Whitefish Island's so if you're coming this way, Whitefish Island's on the left side.
Oh, gotcha.
And it's on the right.
Perfect. So when I was reading the email before you came in today, there was a couple terms on there that I was so foreign to, I had no idea what they meant. So maybe one of the watchers at home as well. Vinyasa and Hatha flow.
So they're just 2 different types of yoga. So Vinyasa is more of like a quicker, fast-paced flow with shorter times holding poses, and then Hatha is more of a slower-paced flow with you're actually holding a pose and holding it for more of a longer breath count.
And this is what's going to be taking place down at the Locks.
Yeah, and I've done other types of styles of yoga there too. It's just whatever I like see the crowd or whatever I'm feeling that day.
Whatever they're kind of gravitating towards, or whatever they're easier to grasp, I guess.
Yeah.
And also Savasana. Like I Google was my best friend this morning. I swear to God.
Shavasana.
Okay.
Indians in their culture they don't pronounce the A's at the end. So in Western culture we'd say Shavasana, but it's Shavasana. But it's basically it stands for corpse pose. So you're literally it's the last pose and you're just lying there, and it's actually the hardest pose.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
People can't, especially in the Western world, can't lie still for
really
10 minutes because it's so hard, because then your mind's wandering and you're like twitching, you're like, because we don't ever like just sit, right? We're always like in that rat race over here.
Yeah, I remember I did yoga maybe, I was in grade 6, we went to like Good Life for a field trip, and that's what we ended with, and they were going through like, feel how it feels in your fingers, and they're going through all the individual ones. It literally felt like I slept for 8 hours after a 10-minute
No, it's so beneficial.
Shavasana? Shavasana, okay, cool. And how do people sign up for this then? I'm assuming they do they just show up?
I'll post like a weekly Facebook for it, and then I'll send like an email out to like my subscribers, and then people can just show up.
And your email's justin_briglio@hotmail.com.
Yes.
So when the name key comes up once again, that'll be the name, put an underscore and an @hotmail.com at the end.
So we've been doing it every Tuesday from 6:30 to 7:30, and then if weather permitting, but if it's not, we'll run it on Thursdays, same time.
Okay, so rain or shine, but maybe just a little rain check if necessary. So there's a couple of other things that you're planning on doing as well, including the Downtown Association Street Party coming up. Tell us about what you're going to be doing there.
This Thursday, I coordinated. I'm going to do some selfless service. So I'm going to teach 3 yoga classes. 6 to 6:45, 7 to 7:45, 8 to 8:45.
Right.
All donation based, with the proceeds going to Pauline's Place.
And that's great too. But why Pauline's Place? Of all the things you can choose, there's so many great charities.
Just I wanted to give back to more of. I've done Arch. I've done charities to Arch before. Like I did some yoga charities for Arch last summer, and Pauline's Place just came up because I was looking at what other people were donating to, and I haven't given back to them yet. I've also done like a Christmas charity for the soup kitchen, so I just chose them this time.
Spread the love.
Yeah.
And as well as musical events where you actually got instruments from around the world, correct?
So I'm actually at the yoga for the street party. I'm going to bring my gong. I actually brought a gong last night too. So like at the end during Shavasana, I'll give them a little gong bath. So I'll do that too. I'm located, I think they placed me in front of Stones for the street party. So again, like you just bring your own mat, bring whatever you want to donate, and then I've been doing this event. It's been a project for mine that I've been working on for the last 5 months. I've been traveling. I was living in Amsterdam for 4 months in the winter, but I've curated an event called Elemental Sounds from Earth and Beyond. So I have a bunch of instruments, sound healing instruments from around the world that I collected, and this will be my last one. It's on July 24th from like 7 to 8:30. And it's going to be my tune-up because I'm going to be performing at Burning Man with this actually art project. So I want to like give back to the community and show what it's all about before I head out west and play there.
This is too cool. So before we let you go, I want to know, out of all the musical instruments you have, all the ones you've curated, gathered from around the world, which is your favorite, maybe your most prized one?
I used to be really into sound bowls, but it's the gong.
It is the gong now,
the sound for me, like pretty much every time I play it after one of my concerts or ceremonies, I'll bawl my eyes out crying. It's just
an emotional experience.
Yeah, it's just like it makes me really emotional, and I'm just like crying because it's just like the sound just like blows you away. It's just something that like. It's a massive thing.
Absolutely. Now, for everything Justin's doing, I said earlier, justin_briglio@hotmail.com, and you'll be able to keep in touch with him and everything he's doing, Downtown Association, street parties, yoga at the Locks. Justin, pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for coming in. Oh, you absolutely will, and we'll be seeing you right after this break.
Ontario established a $100 million Affordability Fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
Welcome back to the morning show. Now, Luann, who are some famous Casey's? Like Casey Jones, that's one I can think of.
Casey Security.
Exactly right. Casey Security, giving them a big thumbs up this morning, sponsoring the morning show. As always, keeping us safe, making sure we're protected. Luann gets here at 6 in the morning, and who's here rolling by more often than not? Casey
Security. I never, ever, ever get scared. And of course, you know, in February at 6 o'clock in the morning, it's pretty dark out. Never, ever get scared. You're so clever the way you did that.
Never fear. Casey Security.
Such a clever guy.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to blush. Hold on.
So you're too young for the first 90210.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And didn't pay attention to the new one, so.
Oh, no?
No.
Yeah. I don't. Is it out? Not yet.
Oh, I thought there was a TV show coming.
Yeah, they're rebooting it.
Oh.
Yeah, so Jason Priestley's in it, and he's a good Canadian actor as well.
Good old Canadian boy.
And I watched that good old Canadian boy, Don Cherry. Jason Priestley is in it, as I mentioned, and you know, Tori Spelling and Jenny Garth, all Ian Ziering, and I watched the original. And initially I thought, you know what, another reboot? Tim and I have talked about this. It's like, can't any people come up with like an original thought anymore?
Why would they when they can sell everybody on the hype of a movie that's already happened? Money.
Exactly.
Money.
Bottom line, money. And of course, Luke Perry was in the original, and Jason Priestley in a most recent interview said that they're finding a way in the first show to acknowledge his absence.
Okay.
Yeah, which is, and he said it's a fine line to walk. It's really hard because they seem like really good friends because they worked together for so long and they were so young that they kind of grew up a little bit in the business together, so they're still very close, which is awesome. And he said he and Luke Perry were very, very close friends, and he says it's kind of hard. It's good to be with everybody because everybody understands the loss, but he said it's also really hard because he's not there.
Yeah, and it's kind of like you said, a tight rope to walk to make sure you do it right and not offend anybody, and just.
And you don't want it to be cheesy. And you don't want it to be disrespectful.
And it's got to be heartfelt, and it's got to make sure that everybody in the cast is on board. Ooh, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tricky.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they're having a little bit of difficulty with it, that means that whatever they do should be as good as everybody hopes and wishes it to be.
Well, they're at least thinking about it, right?
Yes.
They're not just putting it out there just to put it out there. And he was so young, 53 years old, and he died of a stroke. Yeah, it just, you never know, right? You just
never know.
Never know. And on the other hand, there's a new trailer that was released for a movie called Hustler.
Okay.
That has J-Lo, Cardi B, the singer Lizzo, Lily Reinhart from Riverdale, Constance Wu from Crazy Rich Asians, Julia Stiles from Dexter, I know, right? Stacked. Madeline Brewer from The Handmaid's Tale, and Keke Palmer from Star. And the trailer, one of the movie critics said, if you think of Ocean's 8,
okay,
you know how it was all the women? He said,
yes.
Yeah, if you think of Ocean's 8 as strippers, that's what this trailer is.
That's not where I thought that was gonna go. That's not even close to where I thought that was gonna go. Okay. Wow, what a spin. Oh, is this a bit of the trailer here for the movie now?
So what happens is that that's Ocean's 8. Sorry, that's not Hustler. I was thinking, what? So the new movie Hustler is actually a bunch of strippers
Okay.
who work together, and they plan a scam to rip off all of their
Clients?
clients.
Business people?
Yes. So it sounds like it would be very, very interesting. J-Lo, by the way, is going to be 50 next week, and she's playing a stripper. Only because I didn't want to.
Only because you turned down
Right?
the offer. Mhm.
Yeah. I said, you know what? I'm over the stripper thing.
JLo's got to stop picking up your scraps. Eh? You're just leaving all these roles out there. She's just coming to. Whatever, JLo. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
like, I know, like, you're in envy and in awe of Lua, but it's okay. You can say something to her.
Yeah, you can.
She's just a person like you and me.
Right?
Just a person.
Just the same, exactly. But imagine seeing J-Lo, who can kind of dance, who has a body that will not quit, as do a lot of these other actresses, and they're going to be stripping and ripping off their customers. It's going to be interesting to me to see how they're going to do it.
Do you know who's directing it?
I don't.
Okay. Do you know when
Yeah.
it's coming out?
No, I don't. But this is the very first. This is the trailer for it.
Yeah, we can't spoon feed you everything here. So
No,
you go
that's
find the
right.
director, you go find the release date.
And that is her, and see the clients.
Oh
and
my goodness, 50?
there's-
50?
Inspired by a true story. Yeah, she's 50 years
Are you
old.
kidding me? Are you
50
kidding
years
me?
old.
Can I be 50 years old?
Can I be 50 years old? I don't think she's had any work done. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know for sure. She's had twins,
Her and Will Smith drinking from that fountain of youth.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But she works out with her husband, no, boyfriend,
Okay.
fiance, like a beast apparently.
Oh.
Like she hauls trucks. Like, no, well, I don't know if she actually hauls a truck, but like seriously, she is treacherous in the gym.
Master.
Apparently, yes. So that's something for you to think about for the rest of your day today.
All right, I will.
J-Lo stripping.
What's the movie called again?
Hustlers. He's writing it down. Stay with Mornings on TV. We'll be back right after the news.
Oh, wait, where are we going? Oh, bye.
When you support the Restore, it helps Habitat for Humanity build affordable housing for families. How does this work? New and gently used goods are donated to the Restore. The sale of these goods generate funds for building homes. For every $1 spent at the Restore, there is a $4 return on investment within our community. For example, Habitat homeowners have better educational outlook, increased employment stability, improved health, and reduction in the use of social services. Every donation and every dollar we receive through the Restore helps build sustainable housing for future homeowners. Everyone needs a foundation to build a future. To find out more and how you can help, drop by the Restore at 32 White Oak Drive or go to habitatsioux.ca.
The Office Administration Program at Sioux College did their part in giving back to the community with their event End Hunger Games. It's a play on words of the famous book series, of course, as well as a new spin on the St. Vincent Place fundraiser from earlier this year. Students organized a themed game day with team building competitions and Hunger Games themed food. The event was attended by children and adults alike.
For office administrative students, this is a final project for our event management class. So what we're doing essentially is we wanted to give back to the community, and we thought what would be better than to do a local charity, the St. Vincent. So we are donating all our cans to St. Vincent.
And how
it started off actually just as a Facebook group, just to bring it out there, see what we could do. And then 100.5 was very generous and actually contacted us and asked us if we wanted to have it up there and for them to promote it. And we were more than welcome, and we were very thankful that they wanted to, and it was a great turnout. It was a contact that we knew. My mom actually knew Sarah. She's excellent, she's wonderful, and she was awesome to work with, and she was very generous, and we're just so thankful to give back to the community. Right now we are actually doing team building events. It's actually called Hunger Games, so it's a whole bunch of games, and we were appreciative that everyone brought cans if they could, or non-perishable items, to donate to St. Vincent. And all the games are based off certain Hunger Games and all the food. So we have hula hoops, and you have to shoot an arrow through it. It's just a lot of fun. St. Vincent is super excited, and they would love to have anyone just drop by and bring anything they could. I feel like it's a cause that kind of goes unnoticed sometimes. They actually help out with the soup kitchen. They help out with quite a few things. So it kind of intertwines with quite a few different organizations all into one.
The tribunal that adjudicates asylum claims in Canada says that cuts to legal aid funding imposed by the Doug Ford government in Ontario will lead to delays and other disruptions of refugee hearings. The Immigration and Refugee Board has issued a notice saying the 30% cut in funding announced in April to Legal Aid Ontario will affect the board's operations due to an unexpected rise in the number of refugee claimants who don't have lawyers. The notice also states that the IRB expects these impacts will include longer hearings, more postponements and adjournments, and more missed deadlines on the part of unrepresented individuals. The Ontario Progressive Conservative government announced the funding reduction as part of a series of cost-cutting measures in its spring budget. The legal aid cuts included an elimination of funding for refugee and immigration law services. Refugee lawyers have denounced the move, calling it a horrific reduction in services that will hurt an already vulnerable population.
These comments from the White House are disgraceful and disgusting, and the comments are racist.
The Democratic-led U.S. House of Representatives yesterday voted to condemn President Donald Trump's racist comments against 4 congresswomen of color. But it certainly wasn't easy. A dramatic controversy erupted on the House floor over Republican objections to Speaker Nancy Pelosi's remarks, criticizing President Donald Trump's tweets, resulting in a lawmaker abandoning the chair and storming off.
Demand that the words be taken down.
Go ahead. I request that the gentlewoman's words are unparliamentary and request that they be taken down.
But we don't ever want to pass up, it seems, an opportunity to escalate. And that's what this is. I'll dare anybody to look at any of the footage and see if there was any unfairness. But unfairness is not enough, because we want to just fight. I abandon the chair.
Meanwhile, Senator and presidential candidate Kamala Harris says she's personally been told go back to where you came from. The California Democrat in Iowa had an angry response to President Trump's recent tweet about 4 Democratic congresswomen.
And back to my earlier point, instead of understanding that the greatest power and strength you can ever show, express, or display is to lift people up, he uses it to beat people down, to belittle people, to bully people, to diminish people. And as far as I'm concerned, he's a coward. He's a coward and he's a bully. And he is an embarrassment.
About 20 PETA protesters carried signs and some wore cardboard horse face masks, and that was all at the Alberta legislature yesterday, urging the province to shut down the Calgary Stampede chuck wagon races. The group of people for the ethical treatment of animals says that the horses are being abused and racing them is cruel. 6 horses were killed at this year's Stampede, the most in almost a decade.
We're here today to urge the Alberta Premier to immediately direct the Calgary Stampede to ban chuck wagon races from all future events to prevent horses from dying in these cruel and archaic events. And PETA is also asking the public to never attend events that use animals. The Premier could help urge the Calgary Stampede to ban these archaic events. 6 horses died this weekend. That's the single most amount of deaths in nearly a decade in a single stampede.
As a nation, Canada has participated in all of the major world conflicts. In the Sioux area alone, over 10,000 men and women have enlisted in the Canadian Armed Forces. The Veterans Commemorative Monument aims to cement the legacy of the Canadian Armed Forces in stone. It will highlight the bravery, strength, courage, and sacrifice of our servicemen and women. In times of need, they volunteered to serve us. Now it is our time to thank and recognize their sacrifice. You can help honor our men and women of service by donating today to help construct this special one-of-a-kind monument. Visit thosewhoserve.ca to find out how to donate and more.
Imagine knowing about incidents, closures, and road work all before starting your trip. Ontario 511 lets you know before you go. You can get real-time information directly from the Ministry of Transportation, because the more you know, the easier it is for you to go. And spend the time doing the things that matter most.
Hi there. I'm from Ad Standards, and I'd like a moment of your time. In 1963, we created the Canadian Code of Advertising Standards. The code not only applies to TV, print, and radio advertising, but all outdoor and online advertising too. Online advertising? What is that? Simply put, we help ensure all advertising across all media is truthful, fair, and accurate. Truth in advertising for over 60 years.
And welcome back. So, Alex, what kind of day is it?
Wellness Wednesday.
Wellness Wednesday, but today in history.
Today in history, it was on this day, 37 years ago, that O.J. Simpson ate a bowl of cereal before the game that he scored 4 touchdowns in. I have no idea. What day is it?
It's a national something day.
It's a lot of national.
Yes, it's kind of crazy.
Something days.
There's usually something going on every day.
See, I thought there was something I was supposed to know, but here it is.
That was it.
Firstly, World Emoji Day. Send those emojis.
Now, see, emojis took me a minute because I didn't get what they meant.
Oh.
I just didn't understand that you just click on them and then they pop up in your little text. And now that I understand them, I can't imagine life without them.
Right? I feel like in text, those are the best ways to make sure you get the proper tone across.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like if you're sick and throwing up, you got that emoji that's green, man, he says it all.
Yeah.
Right?
Or like something that you think could be taken sarcastically, but you can add like a laughing face or something to kind of lighten the mood a little bit or soften the blow if you're trying to be mean.
So do you think emojis or the acronyms like LOL or WTAF, what's more effective in your mind?
Emojis.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more emojis than there are acronyms.
Yes. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. LMAO.
There's one that I never ever can remember what it means.
Well, probably not going to be now either then.
No.
It's also National Hot Dog Day. if you watch the morning show on Monday, we talked a lot about wieners on Monday.
We did. Pulling wieners out and we just
Shaking
eat them
at
up.
you.
Yeah, shaking them at you. Yeah, that's what we do on this show. Have you ever been in a hot dog eating contest?
No. Have you?
No.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, this one time when I was in a hot dog eating contest?
Oh.
That'd be cool. Sault Ste. Marie, do a hot dog eating contest.
Yeah, there was one. He's a champion.
Joey Chestnut?
I think so.
Yep.
His last
Wins all
one,
the time. Yep.
72 hot dogs.
And this guy's not a big guy, but they did a sports science on him, and it just showed that how like you'll train to stretch your stomach. Like Joey Chestnut's not a big guy.
No, he's not.
By any means. And just the technique. You take 2 hot dogs out of the bun, you throw them down, you dunk the buns in the water, and you eat the buns.
See, that's the part that just makes me want to hurl.
Well, it's competition. You gotta know the
dunking of the bun
in the water. Yeah, makes it nice and soft and just.
Oh,
so if Sault Ste. Marie ever does it, I already know. I'm
yeah,
one step
you are.
ahead.
Except you'll be dunking your buns in the beer. Pulling your wiener out, ducking the buns in the beer.
There's Joey Chestnut right there, right?
There he is. Look at, he's looking like he's having a great day, isn't he?
And that guy's won so many times. Very, very rarely does he get overthrown.
He makes me want to gag.
Yeah,
just looking at him, it's not fun.
The amount of head movement that's needed to eat those hot dogs, like,
really?
Yeah, they're going. Like you will see aggressive eating.
Really?
Yeah. But if you also celebrate National Lottery Day, maybe you can win yourself the lottery and win yourself as many hot dogs as Joey Chestnut just had right there.
Yeah, 72 apparently, that last one.
And to commemorate a moment like winning a hot dog eating contest, celebrate National Tattoo Day. Commemorate that moment on your body forever.
Tattoo, a big, huge wiener on your arm.
Yeah, get a big old wiener on you. And what more could you ask for?
Get a big old wiener right on you, and then, all you need is the bun. So the bun could be the second part when you win your second contest.
If you win the lottery, you can get yourself a lot of wieners.
Yeah, or you can just totally avoid your wieners.
No wieners at all.
If you're a winner, you don't need to have wieners.
If you're a winner, you don't need wieners. This message has been approved by Alex Parr and Luann Young. Alex and Lou, 2020.
You never know what he's going to say.
No.
It's so hard to
I'm just so random.
Yeah, just so random. We're going to take a look at what's happening downtown in the next segment, and we hope you're going to stay with us on the show.
This looks pretty stupid, huh? Thing is, during my lifetime, I've got a chance of like 1 in 36,000 of dying from something like making toast in the bath. But if I'm a smoker, my chances of dying are 1 in 2. So you tell me what's more stupid.
SPCA's got something going. I think it's terrific. No hot pets. That's what it's called. You know what it's for? It's for dummies that leave their pets in the car. If you see this and you're walking by and you see a pet in a hot car roasting away, the windows up, you call the police or call the SPCA and they'll have somebody there quick. Don't let our pets die in the car. Get involved.
If you have been in and around Sault Ste. Marie lately, you may have seen one of these pianos. I think there's 5 in the community right now. There's a 6th one being repaired, I believe. It's an initiative that was started by Future Sault Ste. Marie in cooperation and partnership with the Algoma District School Board. And joining me now from the school board is Sarah Constable. Sarah, your title, Experiential Learning. Tell me about your title there.
So my title is the Experiential Learning Lead, and more specifically, Community Connected Experiential Learning Lead. So it's a a program initiated and spearheaded by the ministry and then supported by our school board. Essentially what I do is I provide that link and communication between community partners and our programs within all of our schools K to 12, so that if anyone wants to engage youth and our students in a project like the piano project, then they can contact me.
And experiential is exactly what it says. They're learning by actually hands-on experience. And with this piano project, there were different levels of experience and hands-on involvement. Talk a little bit about how the students, variety of students of ages, got involved with this.
Yes, so we had been contacted by Future Sault Ste. Marie. So the planning behind, don't realize the story, but there is a big story to get a piano with such a beautiful decoration. So it started with our construction classes at White Pines.
Oh, so there you go, hands-on with construction.
Hand-on, yes. So they were tasked with sanding and priming all of the pianos to be prepared for the application and the design. So with that, we had grade 9 classes at White Pines who were designing a program, the teachers designed the program, in-class program, with the students, and they designed each of the pianos and then invited elementary school students from Grandview, Eastview, Pinewood, and Anna McRae. So with the design and mentorship of the grade 9 students, these elementary school students were participating in a day at White Pines, an arts and cultural day, where they not only engaged in these visual arts by designing and painting the piano, but then also in the musical arts.
This was really youth engagement too, wasn't it? Because the kids were really responsible for a lot of aspects of this program.
The kids loved this program. In fact, the day of the delivery of the pianos to get them on our streets in Sault Ste. Marie, the students were down there still painting and trying to get their last bits of paint just to get the perfect design so that people could appreciate them.
Did they do it as sort of a contest thing on the designs, or how did that work?
Well, we only had the 6 pianos, so with 2 grade 9 classes running, it wasn't enough to have all of the students have a specific piano, but with
they
more,
had to work together.
They did. They had groups working on each of the pianos, anywhere from 2 to 4 students designing it, and then of course you had close to 80 elementary schools throughout the process.
Whoa! We're actually going to go to a couple of other locations and meet some of those students that actually worked on these pianos.
And they are fantastic. They were so dedicated and so inspired by this, and I think they're just so proud to see them in our streets, and people always comment on them to me, saying we see people playing them all the time, and it's really been a great experience for them.
It's a great idea, and the Future Sault Ste. Marie had the concept, and now they apparently, according to what you told me before, they had a lot of people offering pianos up. So if these get weathered after a year, we know we can continue this program, right?
Yes, and the intention is we know that a piano outside won't last forever. Right. So whether it's through more students in the Algoma District School Board or local artists who may want to engage in a performance
Fantastic
project.
In a project like this. Sarah, thanks for coming down here. Too bad to get out of the office on a day like this, right?
I know, the sun is shining. It's a great day.
School's almost out. You're going to have a great summer?
I hope so, yes.
I hope so too. Hey, thanks for joining me again.
Okay,
and we're going to meet some more of the kids around town at some of the other pianos. Live on location right now outside the public library at one of these amazing painted pianos, and I am joined by the artists who painted this very piano. On my left, I have Ashton. Hello, Ashton.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Where do you go to school and what grade are you in?
I go to White Pines and I'm in grade 9.
Thank you very much, Ashton. Hello, Elise for the YC. How are you?
I'm good.
Thanks for joining us on Mornings with Luann and Tim. I love your piano. Are you also a student at White Pines?
Yes, I am.
In the same grade 9 art class?
Yep.
With your best friend?
Yes.
And is that how you chose each other to work on this project?
Yep.
Okay, tell me how this all started. One day you're in art class and your teacher, his name is?
Mr. Zago.
Hello, Rob Zago. He comes into class and he says what?
That we have pianos around the zoo and we need to paint them.
And you said to yourselves?
Oh, yeah.
You thought it was a pretty cool idea, or did you think it was kind of wacky?
I thought it was a really cool idea, and I wanted to be a part of it.
And you wanted, yay! Okay, so what did you have to do then? You had to submit a design? How did that work?
Yeah, we got a piece of paper with a piano on it, and he says, design this, and then we'll hand them in and pick the best ones.
Okay, so then you lost the piece of paper with the piano on it. Well, someone took it out of your piano.
Yeah.
And then you had to start again?
Kind of. We kind of like knew what we were doing, so.
Okay, so how did you draw it out, first of all, on the paper for to hand in to Mr. Zargo?
We we had pencil crayons, we did some colors, and then we added cool Zentangles on it.
Zentangles? Is that what the name of these design things are? Like all these little, describe a Zentangle to me.
Yeah, it's just like a whole bunch of different like patterns and different designs, just like doodles that you put together.
I love it. You got some flowers and some little geometrical shapes and very zen-y kind of stuff looking too. I love it. What about the colors? You said pencil crayons? Whose idea was that?
It was Elise's idea for the colors and my idea for the designs.
Well, together you made a great team. So then you had to hand this piece of paper with the piano design in, and somebody judged it?
Yeah, I think so. I think there was a group of people, and they picked out of all the different options which ones that they wanted to do.
Very cool. So now, okay, you got your design, you do it, it's selected. The next thing you have to do is actually get the paints, and you chalked it first, is that right?
Yeah, we did chalk, and then once we were happy with it, we went over and paint.
Very smart. 'Cause with the chalk, you could then make easy adjustments to to the pattern, right? Yeah. Now, you also told me that you actually were involved in a couple of the piano designs because the paint colors weren't in for you yet. So you worked on another piano. Which one was that?
Yeah, there's a brick one that's somewhere else downtown that we worked on before we had the paints to do this.
Where's the brick one? Do you know?
I think it's on Gore Street.
Oh, cool. I live around there. I'll check it out. Wow. Let's go play your piano, shall we? I know none of us really play, but let's give it a try. Let's do chopsticks or something. Wait, I'll get in the middle. All right, here we go. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, play! Okay, that was really awful. But it was fun.
Yeah.
You know what? And whenever you play a piano, when people gather around, they all end up smiling. Have you noticed that?
Yep.
You guys brought joy to the faces of Sault Ste. Marie'ites. And we're going to go meet Braxton after this, outside of Case's Music on Queen Street, and I understand he's very talented as well. So now we're on Queen Street outside Case's Music with your piece of work here. Braxton, nice to meet you. What's your full name?
Braxton Blake.
Braxton Blake, grade?
9.
At?
White Pines.
Right, same as the other ladies that we met earlier.
Yes.
And so this is part of the experiential learning, so this is hands-on, and it's also community engagement, right?
Yeah.
What did you think when you heard the idea of painting pianos and put them in different downtown locations?
When can I start?
that was your feeling, hey?
Yeah.
So, art to you, as you sort of came to it around grade 7, you discovered that you had a talent. Is that true?
Around that time.
Yeah. And how did you develop your talents then?
Kind of just drawing in class instead of doing my work.
And that got some attention from some teachers?
Yeah.
Who actually praised you for your work, yes?
Yeah, Mr. Zago, he saw some of my work and he said, we need to put you in a higher grade class.
In a higher grade class, and you like it so much actually that you're considering continuing your art education to post-secondary?
Yeah.
Tell them what the dream is.
Just study art and move to Paris, see what happens.
Study art and move to Paris. That's a great dream. And you know what? From the talent that I see here, it's totally possible. What inspired you for your piano, Braxton?
I wanted to get something that would catch the eye of just any people that were just walking on the street, something very colorful, something very cartoony, and just I see that. And I've heard that it's really has done that.
It's done that. Well, it definitely it caught my eye, the cartoony element of it. We got a pufferfish here that's hysterically funny. You got a character here who is wearing a Greyhound headband. So I like that you got some local culture in there. And it's a little bit, almost a little graffiti-ish in some points too, eh?
That's what a lot of people are saying. It's a very graffiti-ish kind of cartoon style. Yeah.
It reminds me a little of The Simpsons also. Are you a fan of Matt? Is it Matt Groening? Is that how you say his name?
I think it's Matt Groening, yes.
Groening, yeah.
I have watched a lot of cartoons as a kid, and it kind of just led to my cartoon style now.
Now, part of this program too, experiential learning and the hands-on, you're also mentoring younger artists as well. Is that true?
Well, yeah, we did have a few younger kids help me paint this piano.
So they came from different elementary schools that are the feeder schools for White Pines. And what kind of work did they do with you? Did you have to oversee them?
No, not exactly. I kind of just helped them out. I made them paint the certain areas with certain colors, and I see that it turned out very well.
Yeah, so you gave them some guidance and they followed through.
Yeah.
So this sort of, what would you say was the thing that you enjoyed most about this experience?
I feel like just the entire experience. I loved designing it. I loved painting it. I loved helping the kids paint it as well. And seeing the end result here, I'm very happy with it.
Well, congratulations. And you got to really, this is a great spot for your piano. Case's Music. You're going to have some real musicians playing this one.
Oh, yeah.
Could you do me a favor and swing around and just play a few chords or something? I heard you playing a little bit of, I think you were playing some Queen earlier when I first arrived, were you not? Go ahead, give it a whirl. This is the man himself who painted the piano, now playing the piano, Braxton Blake. Just killed a man, put a gun up to his head, pull the trigger, now he's dead. Braxton, my friend, thank you and congratulations. Pick a piano, play it, and thank the kids from Sault Ste. Marie Algoma District School Board for supplying Sault Ste. Marie with this great initiative. And future Sault Ste. Marie, good work. We'll be back with more Mornings with Lou Ed and Tim right after this.
So I hung my head and I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
What will your last 10 years look like? Will you be quick enough for a game of tag with your grandchild? Strong enough to embrace every moment? Will you grow old with vitality? Or get old with disease? It's time to decide. The average Canadian will spend their last 10 years in sickness. Change your future at makehealthlast.ca.
Since 1899, the Machine Shop has been a unique space for innovation and creativity. Once a leading pulp and paper company, the Machine Shop was built by Francis H. Clerg, which later became part of St. Mary's Paper in 1984. After the closure of St. Mary's Paper in 2011, the Machine Shop spent 4 years vacant. In 2015, the Machine Shop reopened their doors to the community for the first time. From weddings to galas to concerts and festivals, the one-of-a-kind venue has something for everyone. We are proud to work with the community and local nonprofits to host major events such as Festival of Trees, Pearls and Plaid, an evening at Hogwarts, and more. While you're here, wind down at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar for a quiet dining experience, or watch a game and try a wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room. Don't forget to save room for house-made gelato and baked goods at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop events, history, and restaurants, visit machineshopinc.ca. 3 great places, 1 historic venue.
A huge thank you to KC Security for sponsoring the show. Alex, see you tomorrow morning?
I guess.
Awesome. Get a little enthusiasm.
Oh boy, will you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. on TV.
Have a good day.